is basically the measure. Oh, he jumped that. God dang it, dude. Why are our tight ends jumping 85 feet in the air? Defense, let's not give up anything dumb this time. A conference championship appearance in our first year in the Pac-12 is at stake today, guys. Welcome back to Rebuilding the Rams. We are 6-4 and 4-1 in conference. Oregon State is 6-4 and 4-1 in conference. Let's get it going. Here we go. They are starting out in gun empty. That's exactly what we want. We're going to go cover one hole here and bring a 5-man pressure so I can play free here with blocker over the middle, guys. This is going to be a fun one. In the rain, immediately a 1-yard jump ball. What are we doing? And boy, oh boy, man, this is not where we thought we would be. One thing that I can say, guys, in terms of not being where we thought we would be, is Justin Marshall, the junior, 85 overall star running back. His season health bar, as you saw in the last episode, guys, is done. His year is essentially done. I don't know if we will see Justin Marshall play football for this team ever again because he is likely going to transfer at the end of this season. Great stop there, though. Did you see that tackle? Pulling him back short. But I bring up the offense, even though we're on defense, because now we will have our shot, guys. The remaining players are really going to need to step up, especially our passing attack, all right? I'm not going to abandon the run. I still think that we could dominate on offense, just like we did last week against Washington State. But the quarterback run game is going to need to be strong, and our receivers are going to need to step up, guys. Luckily, Jaleel Barmore is back. The true freshman 4-star receiver should be on the field here somewhere. I don't see him right now, but we're going to start off with a screen pass to Alton Roth, another true freshman. This guy's got a star dev trait, and he has a first down as well. He's only like 73, 74 overall right now, but he is a highly, highly regarded player. We had 3 4-star offensive players in our first recruiting class. Roth was one of them. Jaleel Barmore was another. And then there's a third 4-star receiver, Tyrone Swope, who may see the field today. I've not seen Barmore yet, guys. Actually, would you look at that? He's week to week right now, so he is not in this game. No Jaleel Barmore today. So again, even more pressure on the remaining players, guys. Jordan Faison, Tommy Maher, Tyler Chambers, Levon Brown. The rest of these guys are really going to need to step up. Roth is going to take this one here. Oh my goodness, way to get off of him. Oh my gosh, dude, there was a massive gap there for Roth, and he just kind of stumbled into that defensive lineman. But you're on a massive 3rd and short. We are going to go to the air here with a basic stick concept. We got to look at Faison immediately. If not, we go to Anaya. Let's do it. Okay, that's fine. Anaya, come down with that. Great catch, dude. Too easy. All right, bunch tight end. Darius Curry is going to come into the game here. We're calling a QB wrap, and I don't like it on the backside. So let's go with the read option instead. Get Anaya to the wide side. Get that corner out of the way. Now we have a cleaner read. No extra riffraff there. Let's read that defensive end tightly, and I'm an idiot. Cut back. Great job, Curry. Oh, my goodness. Way to bail us out. Let's go tempo. Keep him in the game. We're going to go with this slot option. And, guys, one small thing I've noticed, which I actually really enjoy, is when you run an option route in this game, if it's zone, if it's man, we'll be told by the option. Watch Levon Brown. If he sits on it, he's sitting on it because he knows it's zone. If he cuts, he knows it's man. Ready? And it's man-to-man. Never mind, I'm wrong. It was not man-to-man. But either way, Levon Brown has a first down. Tampa 2. I like the cut, guys. We're going to go with an escort PA slide here. Move the pocket to the short side quickly. Goal is to get this ball to Faison as fast as possible. That defensive end fell for it. Oh, man, I really wanted to hit the deep over. And I thought that flat defender was going to bail, and I was going to be able to nail that. And he stuck onto it. Great job of Darius Curry for a few snaps. But Chambers back in the game. A little RPO action. Roth, plenty of space again. Dude, his jukes are so bad. That was bad. But here we go. Massive 3rd and short. They're showing a 6-man front. I want to run this read option, but can we use Faison to force them into a worse look? I don't think that's that much worse of a look. You see how those linebackers stayed exactly where they were? I think I'm not going to be dumb and run into that. So instead, let's go with a little levels concept. Faison and Brown. Dupree's route is actually really nice. We could nail him right at the first down marker if nobody comes to him. Just like that. Oh, that sat in the air for way too long. We got lucky. I need to bullet that, guys. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. Let's stick in this. Let's trust Tyler Chambers to make a play. We're going with this high-low concept again. Anaya is on a deep post over the middle. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it. Chambers outside. Way to get that ball out. Lavon Brown catching it on the run. Great job extending the play by Tyler Chambers. Again, still quarterback controversy. I know y'all have your thoughts. Some of y'all are big Chambers guys. Some of y'all are big Darius Curry guys. I am whoever is scoring points, and right now that's Tyler Chambers. They both played great on that drive. And, dude, this offense, back-to-back wins already. First drive touchdown. We look explosive, even without Justin Marshall. Holy smokes. I'll tell you guys, I've been playing more College Football 26 than probably ever before. But a lot of it has been in online dynasties. I have 2 dynasties with my friends. I know some of y'all commented too that I should show you guys what the rosters look like, what the teams look like, etc. One of them was that Houston team. I did a film breakdown actually in my most recent loss, and only loss so far, to my friend Jackson. And Houston's fun because Connor Weigman is very explosive as a running quarterback, and Tanner Kozoil is a monster of a tight end. So that combo alone makes that rebuild very, very interesting. We're all like 3-star schools. Oh, nice sack. Way to blow it up, dude. The play action sometimes just doesn't trick a soul. I'll go back to my other stuff here in a second, but we're bringing a 5-man blitz here. And I'm going to show, let's play outside leverage here. I'm going to show, actually, I'm not going to show a thing. Somebody's cutting in. Yup, we're there. This is our ball. Swat that. Oh my gosh, way to go up and get it, dude. Oh man, we had a superstar on that. You know what I mean? We have one of our star corners on that aggressively, and we can't do a thing. That just sucks, but that's a nice stop. All right, gun spread halfback week. Let's go with press man coverage here. Let's look at the matchups. I like those all. We should be able to press without consequences here. We will see if that ends up being the case. Nice way to come down on that. Force an incompletion. Let's go. 3rd and 12, and we're bringing pressure. We are bringing pressure all day today, guys. Inside leverage heavy. The running back blocks. I'm blitzing too. Good. Good. We're free. That defense is on one early, guys. Forcing the punt at the 38-yard line. Let's go. I'm filming this on Monday, September 22nd. I expect this to go live probably on like Thursday or Friday. A lot of good football, a lot of interesting football yesterday. You know, there's actually, on the topic of football, let me get this run game going really quick, guys. I still don't know why I've been unable to motion in wide trips. I absolutely hate that I can't motion here because I want to get an extra receiver over on this left-hand side to block that safety right there. That's the difference between a 7-yard play and a 17-yard play. It's whether or not we can motion. I don't know why they're like freezing who you're allowed to motion. I used to be able to motion people in bunch tight end too and snap the ball as they were in motion, and I just can't now, and I don't understand. Anyways, guys, on the topic of football, there's this guy, Data by either Faro or Pharaoh, and he's been popping up on my social media a good bit. And he built a predictive model for the outcome of NFL games. And I don't know why so many people are so invested in his specific model. I don't know if the performance in the first few weeks was really good or something. He's primarily doing like money line bets and not necessarily spread bets. But long story short, a lot of people are using his model to make, you know, actual like gambling things. And shoot, I don't know if YouTube demonetizes when you speak about gambling. So if anything, I'm talking about hypothetical gambling on like the real app with real, like the real app currency, not necessarily the currency of US legal tender. But anyways, you know, a lot of people are looking at his picks, caring a lot about his picks, that kind of stuff. And I haven't yet closely tracked it. But my unfortunate suspicion is, you know, what he's talking about right now, what he's posting about, from what I've loosely seen as we really take a vertical shot here with Chambers. Let's see if he can throw the ball downfield. Oh my goodness, you got to get rid of that football, dude. That was wide open over the middle, that deep dig route by Lavon Brown. And on 3rd and 18, I'm putting none other than Darius Curry in the game. Let me lock in here really quick, guys. Look at that safety coming down. We're going to use Roth Motion him out there. You see how a linebacker followed him? You see how a linebacker followed him? That's man-to-man, in my opinion. If a linebacker is going to follow a running back out there, then that's a good chance that it's man coverage. If it is, Faison should have a good matchup over the middle if there's no help. Look at that! Oh, what a bad football. Why are our quarterbacks so bad at throwing post routes, dude? Another horrible throw on the post route. Faison had a step and all the green grass in the world, and we can't take advantage of it. Hopefully we get a nice roll here. And that's interesting at the 35. Anyways, you know, if you look at his account, and again, Mr. CJ, the fantastic editor, I will politely request him to put a screenshot of this dude's TikTok account. And I'm not going to forget this time, too. I keep forgetting. Me and CJ will talk and stuff, and I'll, like, film a video, and I'll be like, in the video, I'll say, like, oh, yeah, we're going to put something on the screen for you guys. And then I just forget to take the stupid screenshot, dude. I've done that, like, 3 times now. So I'm not going to forget this time, I swear. Also, that was a blown coverage by me. Oh, what a spin move. Goodness gracious. Oh, Max, stop getting distracted. Why are we talking about this dude's TikTok account when David Wells is spinning through our entire defense? Golly, dude, we're 6-4. This is a shot. This is a shot to make the conference championship game in our first year in the Pac-12. We don't have time to talk about a random TikTok account. Max, lock in, man. Wake up. Goodness gracious. It's a lot of self-talk, guys. I'm not even talking to y'all right now. I'm talking to me, Alton Roth. Let's see if he can get us going here in special teams. Dude, he has quickly started to have a very large role in this team. Anyways, I'm going to lock in, but I do just need to finish my point. He's talking about how many games he's getting right and wrong, and that doesn't matter for moneyline bets, right? Like, if you bet the -1,000 favorite 6 times, and you are correct 5 out of the 6 times, you are going to lose so much money. You're going to lose so much money. Nobody cares if you're 5-1 if you bet the favorite. And I'm not saying that that's what he's doing. I haven't looked at his picks, so I can't speak from a point of knowledge. So I'm kind of speaking like an idiot right now, guys. But I need to go and look and see. If you were to have tailed all of his picks, would you have came out on top? Because my default guess is a firm no. Okay, there's this website. And again, I will remember to give CJ the context for this website. But there's this website called thepredictiontracker.com. And this guy, this website is so old. It's old school. And this guy tracks all of the biggest, best, smartest models for predicting sporting events. He does college football, college basketball, pro basketball, all of it. And to me, that's all of it. All of sports are those 4 things to me. To Max, okay? I'm sorry. No disrespect to the baseball fans out there. But what I will say is, you know, there's this term. It's called mean absolute error, right? And what that means is, on average, what is the typical number of points that your prediction is wrong by? So let's say I thought Colorado State was going to win this game by 30, which isn't the case when I make the wrong read on a power read like that. Well, if I thought we were going to win this game by 30 and we win by 23, that's 7 points off, right? Or if we win by 37, that's 7 points off. Either direction, I'm 7 points off. So the mean absolute error is basically the measure. Oh, he jumped that. God dang it, dude. Why are our tight ends jumping 85 feet in the air for those in routes? I expect Anaya to get to the spot, man. Oh my goodness, I know it's a bad throw by me, but look, I'm seeing outside leverage over the top. I'm assuming right here, when I go to make that throw, that he is going to be able to win this and go inside. That's when that ball is coming out. And instead, this little hop step by Anaya lets 38 get inside and jump that like nobody's business, man. Goodness gracious. I'll still raise my hand. That's still a bad throw, guys. I'll take the blame. Let's man up the backside. Anyways, mean absolute error. How many points on average are you off by, right? Like, because at the end of the day, you can compare yourself to Vegas, but in reality, what you should do is just be as accurate as possible. And if you have the most accurate model ever, then when you disagree with Vegas, then take your stuff, because you're going to be right? Like, that's ideally what all these models are trying to do. They're trying to predict the outcome of the game as accurately as possible. They're not trying to predict who's going to win or whatever. They're trying to predict the score, and then you take that score and turn it into a percent prediction of what percent chance does either team have to win the game. Well, what you can do, and this is a fun party trick. I love showing this to people that think that they can magically beat Vegas. What you could do is you can go into the predictiontracker.com and you could go to any sport, any year. And 99% of the time, what you're going to find is when you sort by least mean absolute error, in other words, smallest average error per game on average, no matter what the sport is, no matter what the year is, what you'll usually see is the top 5 or 6, right? There's 60 something models usually on the screen. The top 5 or 6 is almost always in this order: Vegas closing line, Vegas midweek line, computer adjusted Vegas line, Vegas opening line, something something Vegas line, and then 60 models. And these models are not like, you know, me sitting in my like apartment in New York trying to like grind out a model. Like, this is ESPN's FPI model, like Seth Walder, other people at ESPN that are full-time data scientists whose whole job it is to build a good model. These guys are at ESPN, and their model routinely gets worked by Vegas. Vegas has advantages, guys. It is not like some random Joe is going to be able to go and make a model. And again, I don't want to be too dismissive of this guy because I haven't looked really that hard at what he's doing and how the actual results have been. But my default, if somebody says, oh, I can beat Vegas, my default is look at all these super smart people with public models and watch every single one of these 65 guys get beat by Vegas every single year. And then tell me how yours is different than them. What a route, but that's incomplete. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Guys, don't get distracted from me talking about Vegas. When you look at a route like this, look at that cut, look at the separation, but that throws too late, and that is gonna be a beautiful force out right there, man. Let's go. That's what we needed from our corners. Gonna force a field goal on a drive where they were really moving that football. Actually, no, they weren't. I gave them great field position off of a stupid throw. So defense stepping up again, actually. 10-7 game, 2-minute drill. I'm gonna finish my point as we lock in here for this 2-minute drill. And then the second half, guys, I'm gonna be fully locked in, I promise. But anyways, let me just finish my point. There are 60 plus super smart people making public models. All of them get worked by Vegas almost every single time, every single year, every single sport. So this idea that this guy on TikTok is all of a sudden better and smarter than all these other like full-time data scientists, I by default, I have to like look at that skeptically. And I hope he proves me wrong, but like, you know, you got to have a default opinion. My default opinion is that he's not going to prove me wrong. That being said, what I will also say is nowadays, with how easy it is for these apps to restrict your, I wanted to throw the slant and I hit X and for some reason it didn't go out, man. Holy smokes, that was a wide open slant, man coverage with our star receiver on the backside, and I couldn't get the ball off. You know, sometimes you just hit the button a little too soon before the quarterback's ready and you can't do a thing. Let's get this high-low concept. We're gonna look at Roth if it's not a hard flat. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get up out of bounds, get a new set of downs here, keep working. We're going to go bunch tight end, and I want a flood concept to the left-hand side. Something like, how about stick? Because then with stick, our top receiver, Levon Brown, can be the clear out option. Phase on, I want on an out route instead of a flat because I want this to be a deeper concept. We're going to keep Roth into block, half slide the line away from him. And Anaya, I want on that same deep dig that we threw a pick on. But let's read the left-hand side, take what they give us. I actually didn't want to take that. They're only blitzing 3. Look at that. Can we get there? Maher, get there. Oh my gosh, and it's a pick. Dude, he's standing wide open. Maybe I bullet that a little bit harder. I'm just so scared of the yellow throw with, I guess that was Darius Curry. I probably should have bulleted that. His throw power is not the best, and we're in trouble here. I will actually get up here in a minute, guys. We are in a bit of trouble. Throwing it short, 14 seconds, I got 3 timeouts. They could still get a field goal out of here if we can't buy ourselves a stop. Let's man up the backside here, bring blocker over, bring a Tex 2-man stunt on the inside. I've got deep crossers. I cannot let deep crossers defeat me. Oh boy, way to make the tackle, guys. Our corners are playing great today, man. We gave up 1 deep ball, but outside of that, it has been domination by our corners. And we're going to bring the 6-man blitz. I'm going to use her on this running back. But let's just make the tackle short, 4 seconds, forcing a Hail Mary. We're going to go prevent, bring a little bit of pressure to force this football out. But anyways, these apps are so quick to limit people. I don't know if anybody knows Nate Silver. He was known for predicting, presidential election stuff. And then he also does sports stuff. And he wrote a book recently. And a lot of the subject matter was on sports betting and other things like that. And he actually was able to show, once he built a basic model for NBA, I think it was like over-unders of total games or over-unders of players. Either way, he would get rate limited so heavily. If you have an advantageous strategy, a winning strategy, you can't put a lot of money down. That is what he and other people, if you just go look up like professional people that do this, the hard part nowadays isn't necessarily, making these really accurate things. I know I just said it's hard to be more accurate than Vegas. All these public things are harder to be more accurate than Vegas, because if they were, then Vegas would just include that as a part of their prediction. But individual private people might be a little bit better, or they might have some sort of knowledge or something. But if you show repeatedly that you're better than Vegas, Vegas just limits you, and you can't get enough money down to justify it. Because yes, you can get a 2% return or whatever, but a 2% return when you're only allowed to bet $1,000 a day or something like that is not that much money, right? 200 is 20%, so that's $20. You can't, survive off $20 a day as a full-time income, which is why it's the hard part nowadays is like also being able to get the bets down in the first place. All that to say, my default assumption with this guy is that his stuff is not better than Vegas. My default assumption, in fact, is that his stuff probably isn't better than like ESPN and other like good public models. That being said, even if it somehow was, I'd put the chances of that being true at like less than 5%, maybe less than 3%. Even if that was, I think that people would just start baking that in. Again, we're going to motion Roth out, see a linebacker go, tells me it's man-to-man. If so, Anaya needs to be able to win this matchup. Never mind, watch Brown, get rid of that football, get there. No, you got to hang on. Oh, what a bad beat there, guys. I'm going to do what y'all want me to do, and I'm going to punt. All right? I'm going to punt this football because our defense is the strength. I do not trust us to pick up a 4th and 4, and I hope with a good bounce here, we should be able to get what a bad roll. Come on now. Anyways, to finally finish the point, I don't think his stuff is better than ESPN. I don't think it's better than Vegas, and I think even if it was, I think the amount of people that know about it and the amount of people that are like following this guy's picks and that kind of stuff, I think any alpha would be lost, because as soon as this dude makes a pick or as soon as he posts a video, the lines would accordingly shift, and then you wouldn't be able to see it. He would say, oh, Seahawks have a 75% chance of winning. Vegas prices it at 65. Give me the Seahawks. And then as soon as he makes that video, then Vegas will update it, and you're not going to get that favorable number of 65. You're going to get it at 74.5, and then all of a sudden, it's not a big enough difference, and you're going to lose money over time because of the vig that Vegas takes. So I'm skeptical, okay? I actually do really want to look more into it, though, because I don't want to speak with all of this without actually looking into it. So maybe in the next game in our season finale of the regular season, I'll have a bit of an update and do a bit of analysis myself to check how his numbers are doing. He's been very good, though, about explaining, like, hey, he had a bad week in week 3. Sample size is small. You can't just throw away the whole thing because of one bad week, which is true. You also can't, call it great because of 2 good weeks. Like, you need more data. So I'm going to look more into it. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm just, poo-pooing this guy that is trying to do data science stuff. Like, I think that's awesome. I think it's super sick that people are doing that and people are caring, right? But I don't want it to get misconstrued. And I would hate to watch people blindly follow this guy just because he has our studio open and just blindly follow his picks and then lose their own money. Like that sucks. That being said, point closed. Let me know, guys, if that was interesting to you at all, or if you guys have thoughts, or if you even know who the heck I'm talking about. Other than that, though, let's lock in, right? We need points, and our run game has not been given the attention it deserves. Let's get in the option going, okay? I want a read option, so we have a little bit of a pass look here. RPO read screen, 5-man front. I like this. Chambers and Roth. Here we go. Easy carry for Roth. Get downfield, and that's 9 right there, man. It's interesting. Alton Roth is actually getting more snaps than Jalen Dupree, primarily because Dupree is such a power runner that Roth is just a little bit better of a fit. Dude, they're in goal line. They're in goal line. Look at Faison. Watch that corner on Brown on the right-hand side. If he drops, then we will nail it to Ball on the right. If he doesn't, Faison's got a corner out. Faison, that's a linebacker. Come down with it, buddy. Bang! Big first down. You can't show me a goal line. What are we doing? That's the first catch for Jordan Faison. I said he needed to step up. Let's give him some opportunities. Check out this play, though. Escort, power, read, toss. And look at that fake. Oh, Darius Curry, what a cool play that is. First down, baby. Let's keep on rolling. Let's keep on going. I want the wide side, and we're taking a shot. We're taking a shot here. We got the same high-low concept on the right, that bench concept, some might call it. We didn't have a forcing function to force that football downfield. That's a decent juke attempt by Curry. Got me a little nervous for a fumble there, man, taking those hits. But I feel like the offense is opening up. Faison on a power read. I got to make the right read here. Got to make the right read. Default is to let it go. Default is to let it go. And we're going to keep that. It felt like he was crashing on Faison. We'll take a couple yards there. And on a 3rd and short, I'm going to call the jet sweep, and I'm only going to run it if I love it. Let's look at 23. See if he comes out on the line of scrimmage. He doesn't. I think this is a great look for Maher. Should be able to have a double team on 47. He crashes down. Get in there. Dang it. All right, we're going for it. We're going for it. We're not going to settle here. And we're going to play big boy football, all right? We're going to put in a left guard in at fullback. I'm calling QB sneak. I will check it to a dive if I love it. I think Chambers can win this. Look at the spacing there. Ready, Chambers? Ready, Chambers? Get there, get there, get there. Golly, guys, QB sneak on 4th and 1. You have to pick that up. You have to pick that up. There is no exceptions to that rule. We're going to go hard flats over here. Levon Brown, sorry guys, wrong Brown, is going to be free now because I want to help out on the run. Get him on a 2nd and long early. Cannon Valenzuela on the tackle there. We're going to cover 3 match here. They're checking into something, so we're going to check into cover 1 hole. Outside leverage. We got to watch the crossers. And of course it's slants. Of course it's slants. And oh no! They finally get free and they slide before I can make them pay for it. Goodness gracious. Gabari Johnson with that. I think it's Gabari, not Jabari. It starts with a G. Let me know, guys, if I just sounded like an idiot. 3 tight ends all on the same side of the field. Let's go hard flats here. I've got anything deep to the left. Good. I was assuming it wasn't play action. But here we go. Gun you off. Trips weak. Cover 6 Willie. We're going to route commit to the outside on that tight end, which means if he runs anything over the middle, I have to make the play. Come on, Max. You've got to fight through those guys. 8 yards right there. Unacceptable. 3rd and short. We're going man coverage with inside leverage. We're blitzing 5. We are blitzing 5, guys. Okay. Okay. Good. Great coverage. Oh my goodness, man. Colton Hood, the rest of the defense coming up huge. That is big, man. A 36-yard punt, too. Punting at the 36-yard line. Add 17, that's a 53-yarder. I'm surprised they didn't take that. That punt went 17 yards. But hey, if that's their game, that's their game. What we're going to do is we're going to do our game. And our game right now is going to be running this football after this throw, okay? I want a flood concept. We're keeping 7 into block here. And I think Faison's got to get there. Perfect throw. Darius Curry, Jordan Faison, and we have a massive gain. We did the flood concept. We saw them sit down on the flat route. We knew as soon as he got to the outside shoulder of that hook to curl defender, it was going to be wide open, and it was. Let's run the football now that they're showing a too high safety look, guys. Good block right there. Other linebacker was just being real aggressive. Gotta love it. 2nd and long, default. Let's go with a read option. We're going to do it out of bunch tight end, which means Curry is in the game still. And I actually really like this. I really like a give here. Yep, that's fine. Roth, try to stay inside. Didn't need to run out to those tackles. But we are left with a 3rd and short as the 4s come up, guys. This is a big game. I know I got distracted by talking about something that I thought is really interesting. Okay, the gambling stuff is interesting. That guy has 3 fingers. All right, that guy has 3 fingers. He can't do a 3-up. No, we're not doing that. Also, Florida-Miami, 1-2. Look at that, dude. That was a cool game this past weekend. I didn't get the chance to see it, but cool game nonetheless. But here's what I want. I want to go gun bunch tight end, and I want our spacing concept here. Roth is a little shaken up, but we're going to keep him in the game anyways. What's the worst that could happen is season wear and tear runs out, and then all of a sudden we lose him for the whole year. Already did that once. Anyways, we got this stick concept with a short motion. Just need Curry to make the right read here. If it's man coverage, we got to hit that over the middle. Oh boy, it was man coverage, and the middle looked too clogged, so I took an out route instead. 4th and 3. And I'm not tying the game here, guys, all right? I'm not tying the game. We're going for it. They bring down a safety. This is it. We can get 3 yards here for sure if we make the right read. Come on now. Come on now. Get rid of this football. There it is. There it is. We have more than 3. Jalen Dupree down to the 16. Let's keep both guys in the game here. And let's take a shot with Roth. Let's take a shot with Roth, man. I want, rather than a vertical, I want Brown on a very, very deep post route. That way he cuts at the last second. I want Maher on an in. And I want some pass blocking, guys. Oh, Maher's wide open. There it is. Tommy Maher to the 2. All right, let's play it safe. RPO alert bubble. Got Levon Brown. Got a safety on him. That looks really good. And I think we're going to take that right there. That's a touchdown and a 14-7 lead. I may have been distracted earlier, but when it matters most, man, Darius Curry and Tyler Chambers both contribute to another touchdown drive, 4-point lead, and now the defense is where we want them to be, okay? It's a 4-minute offense, but not the stereotypical, actually, I sound like an idiot. Let me correct myself. The 4-minute offense, you know, usually when you're just trying to hold the ball, burn clock, there was 4 minutes left, but they can't do the 4-minute offense. Xavier Brown, Jeremiah Wilson are going to need to step up our 2 star corners again. And we're going to go cover 3 match coverage. We're going to be willing to play man. We're going to be willing to dare this QB to scramble because I think they're going to have to air it out here, okay? Nice. I'm looking for the dig. That's my play to make. I'm sorry, we're in match coverage. Because it's matched, the flat defender on the left, since number 2, the second guy from the inside, went vertical beyond like 5 or 6 yards, he carries it. And if he carries that, that means I have to carry anything that comes the other way, which was the wide open drag route. So that was my bad mistake. Oh my goodness. That is just a bad play in general. And how did I click on him? I have no idea how we just missed that last tackle at the end there. Oh my gosh, dude. Our defense in a spot to step up, and we give up 2 just dumb plays. Okay, that first drag was a dumb play by me. And that touchdown there was just, I don't know, man. Good for them, all right? We'll give them the credit. Them and their 3-fingered mascot, dude. He can't even do a 4s up. He has 3 fingers. What are we doing here, man? Either way, 17-14. Offense needs to clutch up, all right? Alton Roth here with a decent return. I feel like it's a miracle anytime you get past the 25 in this game. But let's get Jalen Dupree in the game for the sake of Alton Roth's health, okay? Dupree going to need to step up in the running attack. We don't need to hurry. We don't need to throw this football if we don't want to. Right there is a great look for Chambers. Oh, the DB was going the wrong way. And that's an easy run. Tyler Chambers with his first successful run of the game. He's got 7 for 21 yards. But I think that play was 21 yards. He's just been taking a ton of sacks otherwise. Okay, how about you come back to that, Maher? Way to come back to that. I know that was late for a curl just because they were sitting in zone and that match flat defender crashed down on the out route, and I was just waiting for him to finish that. Again, I wish I could motion somebody over here to run this, but we can't. So instead, let's go PA curl flat. Let's challenge them vertically, guys. Let's challenge them vertically if we can. Tucker on a high-low concept. If I could get Maher going deep, dude, I really think. Let's read those safeties. Let's read those safeties. They roll down to the right, which means Faison's got space. Bang! Oh, what a play, dude. Oh, what a play. They looked misaligned. They end up having to roll people over because they're running that corner blitz garbage. And we end up taking advantage of it. Jordan Faison from Tyler Chambers. And we are right back on top, guys. What are you guys doing running a corner blitz in that position? That's why they looked so weird, man. What the heck was that? All right, let's lock in. Defense, let's not give up anything dumb this time. I feel like as long as we do that, we will be just fine. Here we go. With a shot to jump Oregon State in the conference ratings, guys. We're going to blitz both linebackers. I'm man-to-man on the running back. He's staying in the block, so I'm just going to help, actually. Good. We get home. I'm just doing a little bit of riff-raff in the middle, distracting long enough. Gun bunch X nasty. We are going to blitz off the right side this time. Let's blitz blocker here. Shift the D-line to the right. I got to convince this right guard that I'm blitzing. I have the whole right-hand side. A lot of pressure by me. Okay, good, good, good. Crosser. Yeah, I had to cover the crosser too, so that's why I was willing to give up that flat. We'll give him 7. That's okay. We're going to call cover 1 hold here, but we're going to flip it at the last second to cover 3 drop. If it lets me. Come on, cover 3 drop. Cover 3 drop. Good. We're out of position. Blocker's got to get over. We've got the flat on the right. There's nothing on the right. Oh, that's our ball, ain't it? That's our ball, ain't it? Oh my gosh, we blew him up. But that could have been a pick. Luckily, it falls incomplete. We will punt. They will punt. We will receive said punt. And we have a shot to put this away, all right? I talked about the run game and it needing to still be strong even without Justin Marshall. Well, we're about to find out just how strong it is, all right? We're going to run this football 3 times, and we're going to run the option. We're going to play our game. Our game is a good read option game, okay? We're going to bring in both running backs, Roth and... Oh, we got Alton Ball in there, not Jalen Dupree. That's all right. Let's see if we can make it happen. Roth's going to need to take that one. That's 8 yards right there. Perfect. And I like that it's 2nd and 1 because now they'll actually have to burn a timeout before 2nd down. And then we can continue running the football. So now Dupree will come in. With the corner being the read man, I'm going to show zero fear. We're just going to give this 100% of the time. Let's see if Anaya can flip all the way over. Now I'm actually willing to make that read. That's fine. You want to let Dupree have it? He will. 1st down, Rams. Right back to the read option again. We are going to run this football right at Oregon State, all right? We are a power running team. Look at that. Look at our blockers getting to the 2nd level. Alton Roth with another good game. Darius Curry stepping in here and gun bunch tight end. And again, with that distance right there with the cornerback hanging out, we're just going to give this ball to Roth. Let him pick up this 1st down. Way to follow the blocks. Way to get back outside. And that'll get us to the 2-minute warning, guys. Is that enough to kneel it out? Did we just end the game right there? I think we did. I think we just ended the game. Wait, why did it not kneel out? Oh, no. Okay, so with 34 seconds left, right, we're going to run this. It's going to be at 118 on 3rd and 11. I think we just needed the play to last longer than a second or two. You know how sometimes when you kneel it and you actually have to, like, burn a couple plays, like a couple seconds off the clock during the play? Like that. Now I think we have enough to kneel it out. See? Now we pull it down, and we'll snap it under 35 seconds, and then it'll be good. Okay, that's all there was to it, guys. It was a little bit of a play clock mishap by me. But either way, as we take a knee to end the game, 21-17. Let's go look at the conference standings. I think we might be alone atop the Pac-12, despite a pretty ugly start to the season, guys. Tyler Chambers, I know the pass yards weren't there, but he was efficient when it mattered most. Darius Curry played great too. Let's go recruit, and then let's go look at the conference standings. Appreciate y'all, as always, for hanging out. Let's do a few more minutes of this stuff together before we enter our final game of year number 2 next. Let's go recruit first. Also, let me just say, Chambers was 14 of 17 for 150 yards. Darius Curry was 4 of 6 for 50 yards. That was exactly the platoon-style offense that I wanted to see. Let's look at how we're doing recruiting-wise. Again, we can only do up to 4 elite players. We have one, a 5-star gem, Joe Marciano, and this right here, we have unlocked Lonnie Chestnut, finally. We've unlocked Matt Sampson, finally. So we can go back to hard selling these guys if they have the grades. C+, C+, and a B-, more than enough. Let's hard sell Sampson. But I really want Lonnie Chestnut. Lonnie Chestnut is the guy. The problem is Duke is really going after him hard. So I don't know if we're going to be able to land him here. With his grades C+, D+, and C-, I don't like. If we had the chance to sway something to get to that A+ grade, ideally 2 green checks and an A+ grade that we would sway to would be great. There's nothing like that. We could do this, but that has such a low chance of working that I think it would be wasted effort. So let's just send the house, given his bad pitch grades. Actually, no, dude. With Duke right there and a week 13 visit, we're not going to win Lonnie Chestnut unless we sway the guy. So even though it has a lower chance of actually working, let's try and sway so we can get that A+ grade. That might be the only shot that we realistically have. We'll have to hard sell his ideal pitch to get to exactly 20 hours. Even though the math doesn't check out, I feel like we should just do that. Ragno is going to come to our school though, so that'll be 2 elite players, which means Heaney we should probably give up on. He's not a gem. We still have the whole transfer portal, so I hate to do this after, you know, spending so many hours and time on this guy and potentially winning over Bama. But it's y'all's rules. Y'all said no more than 4 elite players, so we got to stick to it. Same thing with Darrell Harding, dude. We are going to ditch him with just a little bit of time left on the clock, man. In fact, we have to remove him from the board entirely because I'm scared he's going to commit. Actually, no, we'll leave him. We'll leave him there. I don't think he's going to commit off that small of a bump, so I feel good about that. 180 hours. What else do you do here? We've got 3-star gems that we're going after, which I feel good about. We've got a bunch of guys that we scouted that we are not going after, and it's time to just scout 3 stars like crazy, all right? Y'all want to see this program get built from the ground up? Well, you're about to see it, guys. All right, we have space. Let's take a look at who we need. We've got plenty of receiver talent and other elite players. We have a lot of safeties, which we may or may not convert to linebackers, but we're still short on linebackers and D linemen, and we are definitely short on O linemen too. Again, just like always, I feel like we are forced to recruit a plethora of centers. There's just always a surplus of centers and a lack of all other players on the offensive line, guys. It sucks. I hate it, but it's the reality. So we got 1 offensive tackle we could potentially scout, and there are some guards. All right, we can get some guards here with 0 offers. So we will do our usual playing time check to see which one has the best playing time grades. Athlete centers. Somebody said something about athlete centers, right? Can somebody remind me what it is about athlete centers that are so cool? Also, we should care less about playing time deal breakers, or try to avoid playing time deal breakers, because I feel like, you know, as they get better, actually, what the heck? We'll include them. Also, really good pipelines on some of these guys, so we should prioritize them if we can. Oops, we already did McFarland. All right, we are at 34 out of 35. Let's look at these offensive linemen. I have a feeling we probably already scouted some of them. With his playing time grade being that bad, I know he's probably already trash. Let's go to the tackles. We just have 1, Zay Walters. I know, an A+ playing time grade as a 3-star, and he's nothing. Dang it. All right, how about the guards? We already got 1 gem, C+, A- that we already scouted, C+, and C+. So those guys kind of suck. So let's look at centers, right? Or was I looking at playing style, guys? No, I was looking at playing time. Okay, playing style doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm looking at that. Playing time, D, B- there is interesting. We already scouted. A+, Mitch Econom, 74. Golly, buddy, you had good run blocking. Dang it. Okay, Marco Benshaw. Give me something here, Marco. Tell me something good. Look at those pass blocking stats. That guy is a killer pass protector. Too bad he's not a gem. How about this fella? Kyrie York? No, sir. Tyler Amano, bad playing time grade, so we're not going to waste our time there. Keontae Bowsby. He doesn't have a great playing time grade, but it's not terrible, but he's nothing. That's a D and that's a D. So we are going to have to be done with these guys, all right? We're going to take our remaining 10 hours and let's just give them to somebody. We know that this Folds guy is a 4-star, or I'm sorry, a 3-star gem. So let's just give him a bump in hours up to 45. Wait, we can't give him up to 45. We can get him up to 40 and then take the other 3-star gem up to 40. Yeah, Deontay Christmas. Actually, you know what? Let's take 25 off of him because he's going to commit. Let's just scout 1 more player. What if we scouted 3-star tight ends, okay? I know that that's crazy, but who do we have an awesome pipeline on? I feel like we've been short of elite tight ends, and I think that our offense does work very well with elite tight ends. I'm just going to scout this guy. Oh, it only takes 2? Awesome. Oh, dude, we're going to be scouting so many tight ends. Either way, 10 spare hours. Let's go find 1 more tight end that's interesting. Actually, you know what? What if we got a really good fullback? Is that crazy? No, their stats kind of suck. I'd rather have a tight end and move them to fullback, actually. Who is the tallest tight end that makes sense to scout? This guy right here, Kenyon Grubb, 6'6" and the silver pipeline. Dude, if this guy ends up being good, this would be a game changer. He has such a cool name. In fact, I'm gonna go find 10 hours just so we could see it in this video. I'm sorry, Bryce Folds, you don't need these 10, okay? You're not being recruited by anybody else. You're coming to this school. Let's see if Mr. Grubb is any good. 76 strength, 77 short route running, and he sucks. All right, well, let's go look at conference standings, guys, before we get out of here. We may have clinched a spot in the conference championship game, even though we're only in week 12. We sit at 7-4. We'll have one game remaining. I don't even know who we're playing, so let's go look at that. Oh, 8-3 Boise State, and they're 4-2. So they would jump us in the standings if we lost, because they would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. What do the conference standings look like? We sit alone up top, and look at this. Okay, we've clinched a spot in the conference championship game because we have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Oregon State. We have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Washington State. None of these other people can compete. So even if we lose to Boise State, then that will guarantee a rematch with them in the conference championship game. I'd rather just win and then likely get a rematch against one of these three teams that we would have already beaten, okay? Boise State, most talented team in the whole conference in terms of overall. This is our biggest challenge yet. I'm excited. I'll see you then. Until then, peace out.